around for this next story, Terrence. Two adult brothers sharing their story of living with parents who battle drug addiction, poverty, and intermittent homelessness are helping young people, and they are hoping they will learn from their experience. At one point, the older brother takes in his younger brother in his college room to help him succeed. It is a story about struggle and the ability to triumph. We are pleased to have those two brothers joining us this morning, the authors of that new book you just saw, Brotherly Love. We are joined by brothers Michael and Gilbert Allen. Good morning to both of you. So nice to have you on.
Good morning. Thank you.
I have so many questions for you, so let's get right to it. Michael, let's start with you. Your brother called you one day when you were both young, saying he felt nobody understood him. You were at college at the time in Valparaiso, and you took him in. Describe what that time was like for the both of you. What were you going through?
Yes, it was an interesting time. If my memory serves me well, it was probably one of the lowest times in Gilbert's teenage life. He was beyond devastated, really on the verge of being lost. If I remember in the conversation right, I could feel the emotional crossroads that he was going through, but I also could feel the fire and strength and his vulnerability as he was courageous enough to call me. For me, as a college kid, it was one of the most unsettling moments of my life. I was away at college, seemingly like in my mind, living my dream. My football team was having a magical championship season. I was traveling all around the country and having fun, but my baby brother was broken. So it crushed me to hear what he was feeling. In fact, I can still remember my ears ringing as I heard him sobbing for the first time. I knew I had to be able to step in and do something to support his journey toward fighting for his dreams.
Wow, wow. I'm listening to you and it just gives me chills to hear what you're saying. Gilbert, tell me about your experience at that time. How did your brother come and help you out?
Yeah, him coming there, listening to me, first off, him hearing me within that situation that I was going through, saved my life. It was amazing for him to take me into a different environment, sacrifice so much of himself as my brother, and help me with, at that time I was writing and reading at like a second or third grade level. And my brother came and picked me up, helped me understand more about like my academics, invested in me in terms of going into therapy and different things of that nature. And it's been the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And I love it. I love him for that.
Well, we're so happy you guys are sharing your story. Michael, you're now a school principal in Evanston. In fact, voted 2020 Principal of the Year by the Illinois Principals Association. Congratulations. And Gilbert, you have a master's in social work, and I understand that you're now working toward your doctorate. So I want you both to tell me why you decided to write this book again. And I want to, if we can put this back on the screen, Mike, our director, because I love the cover. Tell me about why you decided to write this.
So I'll jump in first. There are two big reasons as I think about it from the educator or humanitarian perspective. We wanted to do, the first thing is give language to adversity, and two, to make hope tangible. So for the language piece, in his book, The Fire Next Time, one of my favorite writers, James Baldwin, describes for all the horrors of the American Negro's experiences, there's almost no language. So Gilbert and I sought to collectively come together and give language to the experiences of vulnerable and marginalized people. Then the second piece for hope, which is tied to identity. We stumbled across a New York study about 2 years ago that did an analysis of elementary texts and access to identity in terms of culture. So what they found in that study is that despite New York public schools having 85% of students of color, the text that they consumed was 5 times more likely to be of white authors. Wow. In fact, the study concluded that there were more stories that students consumed of animals than they did of their own identity. So that was a fire
Wow.
that we wanted to step in and change the narrative regarding.
That is incredible. Gilbert, how about you? Tell me why this was so important to you.
It was super important for me, given my background in social work and seeing Michael sacrifice so much for me. I wanted to be able to write this book so I can get this out here to the world for different kids that's out here struggling, just like I did academically. When I think back to my younger self, I had an IEP, and I want to instill hope in them so they understand that there's different people out here that's going through some of the same similar things that they're going through, whether it be homelessness, poverty, and I would love to be that person, that voice of mentoring whoever I can as it relates to people that's dealing with these different challenges.
Well, we are out of time, but I have to get this one last question in because I read the first signed copy of your book went to your mother who was transitioning to hospice at the very same time that the book was published. You guys were able to show your mom the book before she passed. What was that like?
For me, it was beyond special. It was probably the most gratifying experiences I've ever had in my life, which is being able to see in full light our legacy being a part of hers and really being able to live that out. So it was really special for me.
Well, this has been special to have both of you on. Thank you so much. I love it. Again, the name of the book is Brotherly Love. What an inspiration. You guys keep spreading the joy and helping. It is an amazing thing that you do, and we're so honored to have you join us this morning. Have a great day.
Thank you.